Russ here, RVerTV. How you doing? I'm here in my cargo trailer, Silver, and I'm going to remove two of those AGM batteries and also that inverter in that little box. If you go back in my videos in the playlist, you'll see where I redid all this last year. I'm going to pull the top off real quick. I built this so I could get in here easily. There they are. There's three 100 amp hour AGMs from Windy Nation. That's an N-Power inverter there. That thing is great. I'm going to put that in the van. I'm going to swap out a different inverter. I'm going to leave one battery here in the trailer with a slimline 1500 watt inverter. That's plenty for it for now. But I want to make sure I got plenty of power in the van. So I'm going to get that swapped. I know a lot of people are going to lithium batteries, but for the cost, it's astronomical. I'll stick with AGMs any day of the week. These have been just a powerhouse for me so far. Okay, I'll turn off the camera, get these removed. I'll be right back. There we go. One battery will be more than enough. Keep everything powered up. There's that slimline inverter. I bought that a couple years ago. I had it in a motorhome for a while. It works good. Nothing wrong with it. Okay, let me get all this finished up, buttoned up. And we'll get them batteries over in the van. So I'll be back. Okay, we're back to making power. 13.8. One battery with the slimline. It's working. Done deal. Let's move over to the van. Okay, here we go. Got a 2x2 to start the box with. I'm basically gonna leave the carpet down. I'm just going, because I have this wood underneath the carpet here, right there. And I'm just gonna mount the wood, the frame to that, and leave the carpet down for soundproofing. So again, everything I'm doing in this van, I'm making it so it can be removed and go back to putting the seat in it and just become a regular old van again if I decide to get rid of this thing. Okay, let's get building. Okay, measure twice, cut once, something like that. I'm just going to make a 2x2 frame around the bottom to secure the batteries. And I'll make plywood sides for the box. Real simple. There you go. Basically, this is exactly what I did in the cargo trailer. To secure the batteries, keeps them from sliding. Then I can attach the plywood to it. And I'll screw those right into that board underneath the carpeting. To keep costs down, I am using every piece of wood I have available. There you go. Look how secure that is in there. And they're tight. It ain't going nowhere. Run this strap, extra piece of strap I have over top. Keep anything from bouncing up in case I hit a big bump. Okay, first thing, I'm gonna run a ground. I'm gonna ground all these right to the frame right there. That's one of the bolts through the wood. Goes straight into the frame. That's an old seat bolt hole. So I'll cut a hole, expose the head of the bolt, and I'm gonna attach a ground wire to that, to the batteries. Here's some extra wire. Should be heavy enough. I got these little copper clips. I'm gonna attach those. That'll make a heavy duty ground for the batteries and all the other electronics right to the frame. So it'll go from the negative side of the battery straight down to the bolt. Tighten it down good. Then I'll put a clamp on the wire too. There you go. One custom ground. Okay, I'm drilling a pilot hole. I'm going to locate a positive wire all the way through the floor and run it up to the engine compartment. This should be the only hole I got to drill through the floor. Get under here, I'll show you what I got. See that wire there? That's a wire I ran last fall. There's the pilot hole bit. That wire there feeds a 12-volt plug way in the back for the hitch. I'm going to run a new wire up to the engine, and that wire there is going to attach to the batteries inside the cab of the van. So it'll still be a functioning 12-volt wire. Okay, there's a hole all the way down through the floor of the van. And I got these grommets here to protect the wire going through the metal. Voila, it fits. Okay, that's a 4-gauge wire. It's going to go all the way up to the batteries. That way the engine will charge these batteries when I'm driving. That's the whole goal of all this. Okay, I'm going to actually fish the wire down through from the front. There's the old wire there. That's going to be eliminated. That feeds the hitch, the power on the hitch. I'm going to run this down through, then connect to the battery. Okay, I'm just attaching it to the frame like I did the other wire, and it held up good. I'm also wrapping it with electrical tape. There it is, all done. Up to the engine, and the wire coming in from the back. I used the old bolt hole. We're good to go. Okay, I'll get the battery set back in place, but you can see right there, there's your ground and your positive. That'll hook up just perfectly. That way the engine will charge these batteries, and I'll isolate. I'm going to get an isolation switch. That goes right straight to the engine battery right there, which I'm not going to hook anything up yet. I'm not even close to that. But that's where it'll go. Okay, I cut a couple pieces of plywood. You can see about how it's going to look. I'm going to put a shelf across there for the inverter. I'll cut that next, show you how that's going to turn out. Alright, there's that 6-way. That's where the inverter's going to sit. I'll put a top on it. TV or something will sit on top. That will mount right there. Look at all the plugs this is giving me. USB and 12 volt. I'll be a powerhouse little van going. Because all electronics, I got all the cameras, I got all this stuff going all the time. And then the solar panel I'll put on the roof will definitely keep everything charged up while I'm parked. And plus on the front, there's 2 more USBs and 1 more 12 volt. There's the solar controller. I'll mount that somewhere. I'm not sure where. This is kind of engineering on the fly, which means I don't know it until I do it. That inverter, that's an N-Power. It's a really good inverter. I'm not going to use a remote start. Don't need it. But pretty much this is the battery box. Very removable. If I change out vans, I can just pull this right out and stick it in another van. That's the goal. Everything removable. Nothing permanent. So I can shorten them sides down a little bit. I'm going to get a few more pieces cut here and start putting this thing together. Okay, there's the side. Once it's painted and everything mounted, I'm doing everything with a jigsaw and a 12 volt skill saw. That's all I have to work with. So I'll make it look the best I can, cover it up with paint. See the batteries down there. I'll leave some gaps in the wood, make sure there's good airflow. Inverter's gonna mount right there. I think we got a good plan. Looks like that's gonna fit. Sure does. That'll work good. Run the wires on the back. I got a fuse panel coming in for all this. And that one will mount right there. Alright, well I'm going to get a few more pieces cut, but this is basically the layout. I might change it up slightly later. When I start wiring it, I might add a couple more plugs or whatever. There also is going to be some 110 electrical around this thing somewhere too, so things might change slightly, but this is the basic layout of the battery box for the van build. Okay, there it is. I'm gonna get a little paint on it. I gotta wait for parts yet. I had to order more. Okay, it will continue. This is part 1 of the electrical build. This is Russ signing off now. Hope everyone has a great day. Don't forget to travel safe. Talk soon.